Good evening, welcome. Okay, it's 7, so let's just quickly start by watching a video.
हे दोस्तों, वेलकम टू अपना कम्युनिटी। ये वो जगह है जहां आप अपने असली पोटेंशियल को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। देखो, सबके पास स्किल्स होते हैं, पर क्या आपके अंदर वो स्पार्क है जो आपको कामयाबी की ऊंचाइयों तक ले जा सकता है? अगर आप सोच रहे हैं जॉब चेंज करने के लिए लेकिन रेज्यूमे सेलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा या फिर इंग्लिश में इंटरव्यू देना थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग लग रहा है, तो फिक्र मत कीजिए, यहां हम हैं आपके साथ, आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगी बेहतरीन कम्युनिटीज जहां आप अपने प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स को सुधार सकते हैं। चाहे आप एक्सेल, टैली, जीएसटी में माहिर बनना चाहें या फिर आप खुद एक ब्यूटिशियन या डिजाइनर हैं, तो यहां आप अपने काम को शोकेस करके दूसरों को टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देते हुए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगा मेंटर्स का एक खजाना और बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का साथ जो आपको हर कदम पर 1-to-1 गाइड करेंगे। यहां आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अपने फील्ड या इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप्स, जहां आपको ऐसे कई लोग मिलेंगे जिनसे सीख के आप वो गलती ना करें जो वो कर चुके हैं। ऐसे लोगों की जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था एज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स एंड आर नाउ सक्सेसफुल मैनेजर्स इन देयर डोमेन्स, जो आपको आगे बढ़ाने में मदद करेगा। यहां आपको मिलेगा वो सही डायरेक्शन जो आपकी करियर को नेक्स्ट लेवल ले जाएगा। तो लेट्स अनलॉक योर पोटेंशियल टुगेदर। अपना कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन करें और अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने का सफर शुरू करें।
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to today's session. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll be starting today's session. So a quick context about this. If you're attending these sessions for the first time, this is a part of Apna Community Exclusives, a webinar series that we have been conducting in partnership with QFIS for the last couple of months. So we host regular sessions on weekdays, Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. and on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, between 3 to 5 p.m. So over the course of these webinars, we have covered topics like mobile app, Gen AI, interview prep, resume creation, technical skills, etc. So the main objective of these events is to help you grow professionally and help in the advancement of your career and get better jobs. So today's session is about building a career in Android app development. And for this session, we have Mohit here. So a quick introduction about Mohit. He is a senior software engineer at Uber. He is a skilled individual with experience in fields such as web development, digital marketing, and project management. Uh, he also exhibits strong interpersonal skills and leadership qualities, as evidenced by his roles in coordinating events and managing teams. So thank you so much, Mohit, for joining us today. Before I hand it over to you, quick reminder, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box. अगर आपका सवाल कभी भी कुछ भी हो तो आप चैट बॉक्स का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. And in between, we'll also allow you to unmute yourselves when the Q&A is going on. बीच बीच में आपको अनम्यूट करने का भी मौका दिया जाएगा. बट आपका सवाल कभी भी कुछ भी हो तो पहले आप चैट बॉक्स का इस्तेमाल कीजिए. अगर आप अपने फोन से लॉग इन कर रहे हैं तो 3 डॉट का एक आइकन दिखाई देगा आपको आपके फोन में, उसको क्लिक कीजिए एंड इन कॉल मैसेजेस करके एक ऑप्शन होगा, उसको टैप कीजिए तो आपको चैट बॉक्स दिखाई देगा. So if you're logging in from your phone, you'll see the 3 dot option. Tap on that, and in that you'll see in-call messages. You can go to that and see the chat box. Cool. So without further ado, Mohit, handing it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you for the introduction. Hey, everyone. So we will start today's session. Let me share with you. I'm not able to share the presentation. Let me join again, Siddharth.
Oh, okay, sure. Guys, sorry for the inconvenience. Just please allow us a minute. Mohit will be joining back. So just to repeat, we'll be talking about building a career in Android app development, mobile app development, how to build your career. Uh, Karan, Mohit will be touching upon how to, build a career, how you can, apply for jobs and such. He'll be sharing his expertise, how he has. So he's working with Uber right now. So how was his journey and everything. So please just wait for a couple of minutes. It is starting. So if you have any questions beforehand itself, you can drop in the chat box. I'll keep a note of it. Yeah, Neet is here. Yeah, Aman, you have a question? Aman, you have raised your hand. If you have a question, let me know. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. We're starting in a minute. Some technical problem with Mohit's laptop. You want my LinkedIn profile or you want Mohit's LinkedIn profile? I'll share you Mohit's LinkedIn profile. It will be more useful for you guys.
Yeah, hey everyone. Sorry, my setting. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
It's loading. Yeah.
Is it still visible? I just started a slide, so
Uh, it's click to exit full screen. Is it that window?
okay. No, no.
Yeah, now it is.
Okay, is it visible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey everyone. So today's session will be building career in Android app development. Now, before I start, so something about myself. So most of the information Siddharth already gave. So I am currently working as a senior software engineer in Uber, and I have 6+ years of experience developing Android application. I have worked on high-scale apps, basically the apps which have more than 150 million monthly active users. I started my career with Samsung, and after that I joined Dilingo, ShareChat, and now currently working as a senior software engineer in Uber. And today we will cover multiple topics like basic concept, the scope of this domain, career opportunities, interview preparation tips, career path, and job switch guidance. And at the end of the session, we will have a Q&A time for like 10-15 minutes. Okay. So, okay, what is common between all these companies? So these are like one of few of the very big, or you can say biggest companies in the world: Amazon, Google, Netflix, Meta, Reliance, Twitter, Spotify. So common thing is almost all these companies have an Android application, and similar to this, like 95% of the software companies which are having consumer facing applications have their own Android applications. So it is not a very small market, it's a very big market. So why you should choose an Android app development? Over 70% of smartphones run on Android devices, providing you a vast user base. And currently, Android supports 3 billion devices, not just smartphones. but also TV, smartwatches, router, laptops, or like lot of other devices, even car autoplays. And there is a continuous growth in the number of Android devices. More and more manufacturers are using Android nowadays in their devices to create the best user experience they can create for their users. It so there is a by learning Android, you will get opportunities in various sectors like e-commerce, healthcare, finance, education, entertainment, etc. There are different kinds of role in Android app development, and there is a developer, tester, UI UX designer, project manager, DevOps engineer, freelancer, entrepreneur, etc. And the future of Android is also bright because new technologies like 5G, AI, ML, AR, VR, etc. are getting adopted on Android. So what are the skills that are required to learn Android? Kotlin, Java, these are the languages uh, that is needed for the Android development. Concept of OOPS programming, then XML and Compose for the UI creation, Android SDKs and Android APIs, basic design intuition, like basic intuition on how your user will interact with your application. Third-party Android library integrations like Firebase, Retrofit, Database, etc., and JIT for the version control, or uh, yeah, for GitHub and like push your code to repo or branch your code or for code for all those operations. Okay, so before we move forward, anyone have any questions? Okay, so what is the educational pathways? Now, how do you learn Android? To learn Android, there is an official Android course on Android developer website. There is a free course. It's a free course on Android developer website, and this course is divided into multiple paths. Like there is a basic pathway, there is a intermediate, and there is also an advanced pathway. There is a course by Meta on Coursera. Then there is a courses on multiple courses on Udemy and as well as on the YouTube. So lot of resources are available uh, on on internet where you can start learning Android in by your own pace. How to grow your knowledge? So let's say you have started learning Android and you have started doing the Android development. Then how do you grow your knowledge or how do you grow your skills? First is practice. Okay, there is no alternative of practice. Create your own complex project. Work on open. Yes. Okay. Work on open source Android project. Then keep yourself updated because Android is a very fast growing field. Almost every 6 months we have a new Android version, and with every new Android version we get the latest Android APIs. So keep yourself updated with the latest Android update. Architecture, learn about Android best practices, design principles, code architectures. Interview preparation tips. So first is the problem solving. Okay, that is like in software engineering domain, the almost for every company the first round that is present that is there is the problem solving. After that, you need to learn the Android core and the practical knowledge, Android design and the architecture, Android system design. This is for the experienced role, and the hiring manager and the behavioral round preparation. Okay. Before we move forward, anyone has any doubt till now? Any questions?
Yeah,
Excuse me,
Aryan.
sir. I have the question.
Yes.
Sir, which is the best opportunity, like in XML or Compose?
Okay. So then, so XML XML is a new old UI toolkit. So earlier in to develop any Android UI, we used to use XML, but now we have Compose, which is very performance efficient and almost you have to write very less code to create a similar kind of UI in Compose. And also Google recommends Compose now for almost every new UI creation for your Android app. So if you are starting to learn Android, then you can start with Compose. But I would also suggest that also learn little bit of XML, because in almost every company they have which are there since last few years, they will have at least one screen which is present in XML. So if you don't have any experience, or if you will not learn anything in XML UI creation, then you will not be able to understand that code. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You can ask your question.
Sorry about Danish. If you guys have any questions, please go on, or we'll move on with the flow. Okay. Okay. You can carry on with.
Sure, Siddharth. Okay. So career path in Android. So whenever after you have learned Android, so first role that you will be joining in any company is the SD1 or junior software engineer. That is like this, joining as a fresher in a company, and after spending few years as an SD1, you will be promoted to SD2. Now, work of SD1 and SD2 is to work majorly on the implementation part, and it is important to have a good knowledge of Android, because you will be the one who will actually implement the code, uh, any feature, any design to be actually implemented in the code. Now, difference between SD1 and SD2 is SD1 will own a very small part of the feature, like small segment of the feature, and the knowledge of SD1 is very limited. And with experience, they gain the knowledge, and also, as well as the responsibilities of them also increases. After becoming the SD2, they start owning the entire features, or bigger features, complex features, from the implementation perspective. And as you grow from SD2, the next role will be the senior software engineer, where you will be working on the designing the application. What should be the architecture of your application? What should be the architecture of your project? How data will flow? What will be the API contract? You will be the one who will be discussing the requirements with the product, discussing the design with the designers. So as you become SSC, your scope of responsibilities increase. Your knowledge will be, you can say, one of the highest in your team, and you will be owning the entire project or the entire feature from the development perspective. The next role from senior software engineer is the staff engineer, where staff engineer works on the org level projects. So org level projects would be, these will be the changes which can impact multiple applications in your project, in your company, or it's an project which can impact the entire application of your project. For example, if you are working in Facebook, and there might be some project which might impact WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, all the three projects. So these are some of the projects which are handled by the staff engineer. You will be working on more advanced features like performance optimization, health of the application, how do you increase the reliability and the robustness of the application. So all those sort of projects. Then there is a role on the managerial side which is known as tech lead. So tech lead is a role which has the responsibilities from, like from code side, it has the similar responsibilities as SSC, but he also manages the team. So as a tech lead, he or she manages a team of 4 or 5 engineers, act as a bridge between the team, product designers, and the QA team. Then there is a role of engineering manager, where engineering manager manages the multiple team lead, tech leads, and engineering managers act as a bridge between the leadership and the team. So anything that comes from the leadership will be come via engineering manager, Also, engineering manager will be managing multiple teams. So as a tech lead manages one team, but engineering manages the multiple teams. So they have the ownership of how product is working with respect to the multiple teams. Okay. Anyone have any question regarding this?
Sir, actually, I had done 2 years of experience in Android as a part-time
Hmm.
employee. So I working with the XML
Okay.
for 2 years.
Okay.
So, so, sir, is it possible to shift with the compose, or it's working with the same XML?
Okay. So definitely, I would recommend that you start learning Compose, because almost in every company nowadays they are using Compose for the UI creation. As you already working as you are already working with XML since past 2 years, you already have enough knowledge with XML, so you can start learning Compose and you can start using Compose for your daily work as well.
Okay, sir. And sir, what are the resources of Compose? Because in YouTube or else places, there is no resources for the Compose.
Yeah. So on Android developer website, their official training page, they have a course on Compose, like building an entire application from scratch in Compose.
Yes, sir. But in that website, there are limited resource, right? So
Yeah.
how
So
can we?
they will teach you some of the basic component in Compose. For advanced component, there should be some courses on YouTube where people are teaching advanced compose component or UI components.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anyone has any other doubt? Okay. Let's move forward. Okay. So let's say you have started working in a company or you are already working in a company, and now it's time for you to switch your job. Now, how should you decide whether it's good time to switch to a new job, or what should be your criteria to change a job? Okay. So first, so there are few signs which you can look for whether it is good time for you to switch a job or not. First is the stagnation, that you are feeling stuck in your current role. There is no opportunity for growth or advancement in your skill. Okay, you are just doing stagnant work. You are just doing a work which you can even do with your eyes closed. Okay, there is there is nothing new that you are learning from your day-to-day activity. So that's the time where you need to think that whether you want to continue with the same work, or whether you want to switch to a new team, or whether you want to switch to a new company. Then lack of challenge. You don't feel that your work is challenging, and it is very important that at least, like, if you are getting a work, then in all the uh, considering all the things that you have to implement, or all the things that you have to do to complete that work, 20% of work should be such that it challenges you to learn something new. It challenges you to go out of your comfort zone. Because if you will keep doing the same work again and again, you will not learn anything new. Then you will not be able to increase your skills. So if you are not getting any challenging work, then also you need to think whether you want to switch to a different team, or whether you want to switch to a different company, or whether you want to switch to a different project. Unfulfilled goals. Your current job doesn't align with your long term career goals or interests. For example, you are in a let's say you are working as an Android developer, but you have a more interest in product management. Then definitely working as an Android development will not help you in your product management career. So that's the time where you need to switch to a different domain. Work environment, where you have a negative culture, or poor management, or lack of support. Then the compensation, insufficient salary. Basically, you are not happy with your pay. So, and as per the market standard, you deserve more than your current pay, then also it's time for you to switch to a different company. Now, how to switch? Okay, so you switch. Okay, switching company is a ladder. You cannot directly go from the uh, very low company to a very high company. So it's always a ladder switch. You switch from a service based company to a better service based company. Then you switch from a better service based company to a good product based company. Now you can directly switch from a service based company to a good product based company as well. Just depends on the opportunity that you get. Then you will switch from the good product based company to a better product based company, and from a better product based company to a multinational company, which is also a product based. So switching companies is always a ladder. You switch from one ladder to another ladder. Anyone have any questions on this slide?
Sir, actually, I have a doubt. I am a fresher. Actually, I have done my graduation recently, and I am looking for jobs.
Okay.
And there are some seniors or some persons who told me that in Android there is no opportunity. Android field is will be over soon. So is
Okay.
it correct or not?
No, definitely not. Android is not going to over pretty soon. That I can confidently say. Okay, think of it like this. So earlier people used to use desktop, and after that people started using laptop, and after that people are using mobile now. Okay, so whatever work desktop were capable to do, we can do same work in Android even more in our mobile. So definitely Android is not going anywhere soon. And even if the devices changes, okay. So for example, now we are having smartwatches which are using Android. In future, let's say we have some glasses or goggles in which we can do all the operations with by just thought or eye movement. In those also, they will also need some interface. That interface could be Android. Okay, but that is very far in future. So for now, at least for next 5-10 years, I don't see Android will go anywhere. Lot of companies are investing lot of money in Android as an operating system.
Okay, so sir, how can we get the jobs like in Android? Because most of the companies, I guess 90% of companies ask for web development, money stack, or DevOps. No one can ask for the Android. So, what
There
are
are lot
the
of okay. So every technology has their own demand and own requirement. Okay. Now, if you will go to LinkedIn, and on LinkedIn, if you will filter the jobs with just Android, you will easily find around like thousands of job in India itself. Okay. There are a lot of opportunities in Android. There are also a lot of opportunities in web. There are also a lot of opportunities as a backend engineer. I would say the opportunities which are less nowadays is on the desktop software, because people are using very less desktop software nowadays. Like whichever software we use generally are very standardized, already developed. But for Android, you can still find a lot of opportunities.
okay, sir.
Sir, you will my question is hello sir.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
You will my question is my switch and job front end developer. I have to apply to not responsive job. This is my location.
Okay. What is your location?
My location is New Delhi.
Okay. I think in New Delhi and Noida there are a lot of opportunities. At least so around New Delhi there is Gurgaon, there is Noida, where a lot of opportunities are open for web development or front end development.
You did. I have to apply this not responsive.
Yeah. So when you apply and if you're not getting any response, so there could be multiple reasons for that. One could be the market conditions. So currently markets are very tough, and it's not very easy, or you can say there are a lot of people who are looking for jobs in the current market. Second is there you might have to improve your resume, because for any role that people or companies are looking for, they are looking for some skills, and if those skills are not present in your resume, then they might not select you for interview. So you also need to check whether your resume is something which they are looking for.
Just question first. I am going to interview. Just a camera and they pay out of my to 5,000, 6,000 pay. PM job and I had this cameras about
So sorry, I did not understand. Can you repeat?
my G my cameras very tough. A job applied. This cameras is called is my is pay is the 6,000 and 7,000 pay on your job hired interview. Is a security deposit and very tough interview. The camera your this
Okay,
company.
I think you are. Are you talking about any scammers?
Mm. They pay out a 5,000 and 6,000 on this job front end developer.
Okay, I'm like uh, still not able to get. Siddharth, are you able to get the question?
I think someone has approached him for he has to pay 5,000, 6,000, and they will give him interview. So I think he
Okay,
just wants to ask you, ki, is it reliable?
yeah. So it's a new scam in the market where
Yeah.
people give, like, say that pay us 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and we will get you interview from one of the big companies, and then someone from that company will call you, and then they will not take your interview. They will give some any random reason. So it's a scam actually. They will not provide you any interview for that role.
Excuse me, sir. Uh, Actually, I have to go somewhere. So, can I get the recording of this session?
Yeah,
Siddharth.
and recording will be provided. I have already put the link in the chat. It will be uploaded by today.
Okay, sir. So from I can get this video, like recording.
Yeah, I put the link in the chat. Wait, I'll put it again. Yeah, I put it.
So, as a fresher, what do we need to we learn?
Ayush, just a second. I think Shubham has raised his hand for some time. Just give him a chance first.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, what resource we can study this Android, sir? By what resource?
Okay, so Siddharth, are we going to share this slide?
Yes, sir.
I can check with the team.
Okay, so in case if we share the slide, then in this in this slide, educational pathway, so there are links of official Android developer course, as well as course by the Coursera, which is an Android course by Meta, and there are a lot of other courses which are available on Udemy, YouTube. There are also multiple websites which provide courses on Android, so you can start with any of them to start learning Android.
Sir, could you tell me any website, sir?
Yeah, Android developer is the official website.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir,
You
there
can
is
search
option of
it.
stop courses. Sir, there is option of courses, sir.
Yeah, in Android developer, you can search for Android developer course, and most probably you will find uh, official website in top 5 links.
Okay, okay.
Hello. Hi, sir.
Sagar, just a minute. I think Ayush had a question. We interrupted him. You can go after that. Sorry. Yeah, Ayush, you were asking something before?
So, as a fresher, what do we need to learn to get in this path?
Okay, so first thing that you need to learn is language, which is Kotlin. and
This is the bare
the
minimum.
bare minimum is, yes, bare minimum is Kotlin.
Okay.
So if you don't know Kotlin, then it will be difficult for you to learn Android.
But I do
So
know Java.
yeah, if you know Java, then learning Kotlin will be very easy for you. Okay,
Okay.
because Kotlin is very much similar to Java. You can think of it like an enhancement over Java. So Kotlin is much more powerful. And after that, you need to learn the OOPS programming concept. They will also help. They are also very important in learning Android.
Or do we need mathematics?
No, no, you don't need. You don't need mathematics.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, actually, we forgot this slide. So when you will be learning Android, so there are three main components that you need to learn. First is the UI. Okay. So for UI in Android, we have activity, fragments, dialog, navigation. Then we have different UI components like text, button, image, list, video, editable text, basically where user can input any information in form of characters, numbers. Then you need to learn about the data. So how do you store the data locally, like set preference, data store, databases like RoomDB, or the remote data like network API calls using Retrofit, JSON. Then you need to learn some Android APIs like location to get the current location of user, some services, broadcast, camera, if you want to display camera or preview in your application, Bluetooth if you want to use Bluetooth in your application, then some other sensors like proximity or gyroscope or accelerometer if you want to use them in your application. So these are like Android is divided in in a very well manner. So you can learn whatever component you need. For example, if you want to build an application where you need Bluetooth, then you can learn just the Bluetooth part. It is not necessary that you learn location or camera to build that application. So you can learn in that term. Android is very flexible. You can learn the component which you need for developing your application. Anyone have any questions more on how to learn Android? This is the most important part of this slide, because if you are not able to learn Android, then the rest of the slides are kind of useless to you.
Sagar had a question. Sagar, interrupted you. Okay, now ask.
Hello.
Yes, Sagar.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have completed Java full stack course where I have learned Hibernate and Spring Boot, Servlet JSP, and React also. But now I'm confused where I have to go for front end or Java because of there is very less jobs for Java
Okay.
as a
So
fresher.
yeah, so there are not less job for Java, Sagar. So there are a lot of jobs. Okay. From job perspective, backend is very flexible. Almost every company needs a backend engineer. It can happen that that company might not need an Android engineer, or that company might not need a web engineer, but they will definitely need a backend engineer. So from that front, backend provides you maximum opportunity, I can say. And there are also a lot of opportunity for web. So what I would suggest is you think, like, you find out in which, or like which domain interests you more, because this will be the domain where you will be working 9 to 5, 365 days of a year. So if that domain is not, like, if you're not interested in that domain, if you're not enjoying working in that domain, then you will not be able to grow much. Okay. So instead of seeing from the opportunity perspective, find out whether you are actually interested in front end or back end or mobile. And after that, you start growing your skills, start growing your knowledge in that domain.
Okay, sir. Actually, I want to go for Java as a
Yeah.
backend.
Then you can definitely
But
learn Java.
when I try, okay, sir. My question is that
So, how do we create interest in coding?
How do you create a, okay, nice question. Okay, so if you are completely new to coding, then there is a course on edX or Coursera. I forgot the website. It called course is called CS50. Okay, so it's an introduction to computer science. So that was the course that I did. when I started learning computer science in college, and that is the course which is very famous. Like, you can, if you are completely new to the computer science or software engineering, you definitely should watch that course. Even if you are already started learning, then you can still watch that course. That will and if you find that course interesting, then you will definitely love the coding.
Sir, can you repeat the name?
CS50, C for cat and S for sun. CS50.
Okay, sir. CS50. Thank you.
Yes. Any other question, folks?
Hello. Yes, sir. Sir, if there is sir, opportunity in sir, Android developer, sir.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in Android engine, and as like for Android, you can check LinkedIn, you can check InstaHire, Naukri.com. So a lot of opportunities are present for Android engineers.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So what is the cost of this?
Sorry,
So what is the cost of this application, or what is it?
which application? Like, are talking about the cost of the courses?
GG, yes, yes.
Yeah. So there are a lot of free courses. There are a lot of paid courses. The course which is present on Android Developer official website is free. If you are comfortable in learning from that course, then you can definitely learn from that. But in case if you think that you are not able to understand that, and if you want to join any paid course, then there are a lot of paid courses as well.
Thanks.
Mohit, there are a few questions in the chat.
Okay, I can take them. Sir, I have done full stack in Python. So where do I start? So Moinuddin, if you have done full stack in Python, so most probably you might have done or learned Django or I think fast APIs in Python for backend. And if you want to continue that path, then you can definitely continue. But yes, but problem with Django is right now there are not many opportunities which are present in Django. Generally, Python is used by the ML engineers or the engineers in the ML domain. So, in case if you want to continue on backend, then you can start learning other technologies like Node.js or Go or Spring Boot in Java. These are these are the tech stacks which are like very common commonly used as a for the backend stack. Sure, Pankaj. I will share the website. So first link on Android development course. Yeah. So on this website, you can find lot of free courses for the Android development. Sir, web development के बाद job कैसे मिलेगा? Okay, so Dhruvil, if you are student, then you can try for placement after your graduation. If you are some experienced person who have already learned web development, then try for small service-based companies because lot of MNCs or any big product-based company, they ask for experience. If you don't have experience, then you can try for service-based companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro. And once you gain an experience for around like a year, after that you can try to switch to a better service-based company or some small product-based company. That should be your ladder for job switch. Yes. Okay. So let's continue on the slide. Okay. So once you have started learning Android, you have started working as an Android engineer, then to grow yourself, start following some Android development blogs, forums, and podcasts. You can also try for Google Developer Certificate. It's an exam that uh, Google takes to provide you a certificate as an official Google Developer certificate for Android. It is optional. Even I don't have that certificate. That is not needed to be a good Android engineer. It's just something, if you have time and if you want to get, then you can get it. It will definitely add some value in your resume. Then you can join Android developer communities and forums. There's an Android developer channel on YouTube, which you should definitely follow. There are a lot of meetups which keep happening in multiple cities from Google I/O, Kotlin I/O, and other Android meetups as well. Challenges and solutions. So common challenges of this Android domain is Android keep getting updated every 6 months. In every 6 months, you have a new Android OS version. With new Android OS version, you get new APIs, which are some are completely new, some are old APIs with a change in signature. So you need to keep yourself updated, and it is the only way to survive in this domain. Second is the managing app performance and compatibility. So as I said, Android is open source, so any manufacturer can use Android operating system for their device. So there are thousands of devices from hundreds of manufacturers, like mobile phone with different sizes. So it sometimes it becomes very difficult if you are working in a company where your app is used by uh, millions of users. Then you have a lot of devices for which you have to make your app compatible. So sometimes it becomes a pain to keep your app performance wise and compatibility wise robust. Solution: regular learning and the practice. Also joining any blogs or subscribes any Android developer community post. And also you can take part in meetup or such webinars where you can learn new things from the Android. Okay. Yeah. So we are on the Q&A part.
Sir, so may I know about your personal experience in your job? How do you get your first job and how do you switch?
Yeah. So I did my job from college. Samsung came in our college for hiring. So my first job in Samsung was as an on-campus hiring, and I worked there for 1 year. And after working there, so in Samsung I was working the network domain. We were building software for mobile tower, but my interest was in Android, so I switched to another company called Jilingo. Jilingo is like a Myntra for Southeast Asian countries. So there I worked as an Android developer. I worked in Jilingo for 1.5 years, and after that I switched to ShareChat. ShareChat was bigger product-based company compared to Jilingo. They were having like 150 million active users, so scale was very big. So it was a new opportunity for me to learn on how to build Android application for the at a scale. So I worked in ShareChat for 3 years, and after working in ShareChat for 3 years, I uh, I found that it is like now there is not much in ShareChat for me to learn. So after that, I switched to an Uber. It's an MNC where environment is very different. Earlier, I was in startup. Now I'm in MNC. So that you can keep learning from the different experiences. Shubham, what is the salary for fresher? So, Shubham, that depends on company to company. There are company which pays good amount to a fresher. There are companies which pays average. So totally depends on company to company, as well as in which type of company you are going. Whether you are going in a service-based company or whether you are going in a product-based company.
So basically, what do you mean by service based and product based? What is
Okay.
the difference?
Yeah. So in service-based company, that company doesn't have its own product. That company is providing a service to other companies. Okay, for example, TCS and Wipro. So what TCS and Wipro does, they don't have their own product. They provide service to big companies. For example, our income tax portal was built by Infosys. So similar to that, lot of companies they don't hire permanent employee. They hire people as contract employee, and these contract employees comes from service-based company. For product-based company, they have their own product on which they are working on. For example, Swiggy, Zomato, they have their own apps, and the engineers in Swiggy, Zomato will be working on developing their own apps. So that's the difference. So product-based company has their own products in which engineers are working, while in service-based company, engineers are assigned to the contract as a contract employee to the client. Okay, it might happen that for 1 year you are working for one client, for another year you are working for another client.
So is there any difference related to stress?
Okay, so stress wise, it depends on company to company. There are some startups which are product based startup, but stress can be very high in those startups. There are some companies, MNCs of service based like TCS Infosys, where you don't have that much workload. But if you join any small service based company, then you can have a little bit more workload compared to TCS or Wipro.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, yeah, guys. So we have Mohit with us for a few more minutes. Any questions, please read across. कोई भी सवाल हो आप अभी कुछ वक्त के लिए और मोहित सेशन में रहेंगे तो आप अनम्यूट भी कर सकते हैं अपने आप को. Also, guys, have multiple times put a feedback form link in the chat. Please fill that. It will really help us. I see only one person has filled it so far. Please do fill it. It will really help us.
Yes, Ayush.
So what difficulties do you face regarding your placements?
In college?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in college, competition could be high, but when you compare the competition of college with the competition in off-campus placement, it is nothing. So in college, you just have to clear the rounds. Okay, so there will be a GD group discussion round. There is a common rounds for common test. Like all the people, or basically all the students will be giving one online test, and based on the score, then companies will decide for the interviews. And in college, even like I have seen that 40-50% of the students have the same kind of knowledge. Then it depends on their confidence, how they are able to present that knowledge to the in the interviews, how they are able to communicate, how they are able to communicate their approach. And there is a little bit part of luck as well, which is not in your hand. So you can just hard work and make sure that skills that you have, so those skills are sufficient to clear the rounds.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, guys. Anyone else? Also, a reminder to fill the feedback form. But yeah, any other questions? Anything? We still have a few more minutes. So, Mohit, just a question from my end out of curiosity. When they search in LinkedIn or any other job platforms, is there some, apart from, of course, Android developer, is there some other keywords that will help them shortlist or see the opportunities better?
Okay. So on this front, Siddharth, so what I have seen is, so LinkedIn is a platform where a lot of high-end companies are looking for job. So if you are a fresher or if you are someone who doesn't have that much experience, it will be very difficult to find job on LinkedIn. So for that, Naukri is a better platform because a lot of small companies are hiring from Naukri, and Naukri also provide lot of Naukri also gives you a lot of information on your resume, whether HRs or people are actually seeing your resume and they are responding to or not, or how they are responding. Then the second good platform is InstaHire, where you can where in InstaHire you can just create your resume and then InstaHire will tell you which job is suitable for you.
Okay.
You don't have to even look for the opportunity; they will provide you the opportunity. And InstaHire also provide the information where if any HR or any hiring someone from the hiring team was seeing your resume, then they will send you an email that HR of this company has viewed your resume. And even after 10-15 views, you are not getting any response from those HRs, like any email to move forward, then there is definitely some improvement scope in your resume. So based on this information, you can also infer that information, whether you need to update your resume, whether there is something which is missing in your resume, or your resume is fine for most of the companies.
So regarding this resume thing, nowadays there are a lot of AI platforms which
Hmm.
generate or help. Is there something like that you would suggest so that people
Yeah,
can?
I would not suggest generating resume from AI, because with AI, lot of people are generating their resume, and I have seen a lot of resume. It is very clear from the resume whether this resume is written by hand or whether this resume is written by an AI. And when you generate resume from AI, that AI is not writing from your perspective. That AI is writing from the general feedback, that what all things are generally written in the resume. So if you want to make your resume really strong, just try to include, for like as an engineer, try to include lot of technical things that you have worked on in your resume. Okay, I have seen resume where people are mentioning that they have worked on this application and there were XYZ features in this application. So we are not interested in what features were present in this application. We are interested in what you have worked on this application to build those features, so that we can get the idea like what technical skills you have, what type of tools you have used to build this application, what type of technology or tech stack you have used to build these XYZ features, and what improvements you have made. If there are any quantitative improvement that you can put in the resume, then that is like a plus point.
Makes sense. Nandan, you had raised your hand. Yeah, Nandan.
Yes,
Please.
Nandan.
You can unmute yourself. Yeah, Shubham, I think has
So Subham, I have a question there, sir. Data analyst is better or Android developer? So Subham, it depends on your interest. If you are interested in Android development, then definitely Android is better. If you are interested in both, okay, you are interested in data as a data analyst as well as an Android developer, then I would suggest go for Android development. Okay, there is lot of opportunity scopes in Android. Also, the career progression of Android developer is better than data analyst that I have seen. But if you're interested in data analyst, then definitely go for data analyst, because then you will enjoy your job. Because if you are not enjoying your work, then you will definitely lag behind. Yes, Nandan. Nandan, you can unmute yourself and share your question.
What is um, regarding AI? How much will it integrate with web development?
Like AI is very different than web development. Web development
No,
is
it
a
will make it easy to use, na?
okay.
How much
Will
extent will it merge?
so are you talking about generating code of web development from
Yes,
AI?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so that is also very far. Like I don't see AI generating code for next 3-4 years at least. But even when AI starts generating code, you will need people to review that code. Okay, so it's not like that job will be gone. It's just that your responsibilities will change. Earlier you were writing code and then you were deploying them. Now you will generate code, then you will review that code, and then you will deploy and monitor how that code is performing. So your
Okay,
responsibilities will change, but as an engineer, your work will remain same. That is solving the problems.
okay, sir.
Guys, any more questions? Or we'll wind up the session. But we'll just wait for one more minute.
Sure, Siddharth.
No, guys, any question? Okay, I think there are many more questions. I'll just quickly check the chat as well. Addressed. Okay, Raj, you have a question? Okay. No. Cool, guys. So we will. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll conclude. I think Shubham will take up your question later. So we'll conclude today's session. Thank you so much, Mohit, for joining us today and for sharing your expertise with us.
Thank
I
you.
I believe everyone found this session useful and we were able to address a lot of doubts and queries. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. If you still have a query, don't worry. We'll be having such sessions again. We'll definitely have Mohit again here with us. Again, a quick reminder, please do fill the feedback form. I see only one or two entry. There were so many of you asking questions as well. It will really help us plan the sessions. It will also give a feedback to the speakers who are coming to help them improve and deliver quality content. So please do fill the feedback form. You can for upcoming events, you can also visit the Apna website. The link I put in the chat. Here you will find the recording of today's session and also the other sessions that we have organized in the past. You can also check for upcoming sessions and register for them. You can also register in the Apna community. So as mentioned earlier, we'll have these sessions every day. Tomorrow we have the next session at 7 p.m. I hope to see you all there. Thank you so much again. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mohit.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good night, a great evening, guys. Thank you so much. Take care.